Hi Lucy, I know you're really busy at the minute, but can I take you, can you take us across to the greenhouse and can you show us what you've been doing over the last couple of weeks? Because or last week actually, you've been sowing for this year.
Yeah.
If you can take us across. So Lucy, sorry to drag you away from what you're doing. You've obviously done lots and lots of sowing. Can you just explain to us what you've been doing?
Yeah, so it's February, so it's time to start off loads of stuff. We can get away with starting stuff off a bit earlier because we've got a heated greenhouse, so try and get a bit of a head start in February. So we've got salad, broad beans, which have already been in for a few weeks. We've got more salad here.
And broad beans is the first thing that we'd expect to sort of get out, isn't it?
Yeah, we like to get them out pretty early, so sort of the first early bean. We've got kohlrabi, cauliflowers, spinach. We've got 2 different types of spinach, and then over here.
Oh yeah. So we've got some outside and some in these propagators. So what?
Yeah.
What have we got here?
So the greenhouse has a gas heater, which is kind of keeps it at around 17 degrees. But we've got some things that need a bit of extra heat. So we've got this propagator, which is set at about 20 degrees, 20 to 22. And in here we've got peppers, aubergines, tomatoes. They've all been multi-sown, and I'll prick them out at a later date when they've all started coming up.
So that's what you've done. You've multi-sown them into pots, and then, as you say, you'll then, once you work out which ones are the strongest ones, you'll then plant them on?
Yeah, and I've multi-sown them mostly because we need quite a lot, and obviously we've only got this much propagator space, so you can get as much as possible when they've been multi-sown, and then when they don't need to be in there, I can pick them out and they can go into the same trays as these ones.
So normally we'd grow about 9 different types of varieties of tomatoes, but I think we've gone completely over the top this year.
19, I think we've got. Yeah, 19. And then got a few little heat mats as well. So we've got things like celery, celeriac in there, then gloves drying on the heat mat.
So once you say that it's February, and you then put them on, when would you be expecting these to go out into the polytunnels?
May. We want them out in May. Yeah. I think, depending on the weather, but mid-May is usually a good time to get them in.
Yeah. And basically, this is the start of the sowing, and you'll just be constantly sowing throughout the year?
Yep. From now until August, probably.
Yeah.
So, try and fit it in around.
I mean, this is very much the engine room, as we call it, of what we're doing. We're trying to start everything off where we can, is seeds, and then we transplant them. And that just means we can have certainty of when we put a crop out there. There will be things we direct sow, because some things you can't actually put on. You can't put on carrots and parsnips. They've got to go direct in the soil. But there'll also be things such as beetroot, spring onions will direct sow. Although for even things like the beetroot, you do something else as an insurance policy. Yeah,
we'll just sow a few trays just to fill any gaps that we get.
Yeah.
So.
And so, we can see the start of the growing season ahead of us. It's an exciting time for us gardeners. And we've got 2 greenhouses. Within a few weeks, both greenhouses will be full of seed trays, and we just have to thank Lucy for all the hard work that she does in here.
So I'm sowing some shallots. We've never actually grown shallots from seed before, so this is going to be a bit of trial and error. But we're going to give it a go. And they can be sowed anytime from January, so get them started now so they can get going and see how they work out.
How long will these stay in the greenhouse?
Well, I'm not sure really, because we'll see what happens. But I mean, in general, most things stay in the greenhouse until the last frost. So unless they go in the polytunnels, but anything that goes outside, you want the ground to be nice and warm before they go out. So probably sort of end of April, maybe to the middle of May, depending on the weather really. The last couple of weeks have been pretty trying weather-wise. It's very muddy everywhere. It's been cold and windy. You think you're past the worst of it in January, then February comes around and you've still got a whole another month of it. But yeah, it's not been too bad. I've been able to hide in here a bit, doing some seed sowing. It's been quite nice. One of my favourite parts of the year is, summer's my favourite part of the year, but coming out of winter to doing the first seeds is always quite exciting because it feels like spring's finally coming. And yeah, sort of you can see when things start popping up, you can really feel like the dark days are over. In the mornings as well, it was actually light at 7:30 this morning. I'm used to coming to work in the dark. But it's amazing noticing the difference because we were down in Devon over Christmas seeing my partner's family, and we couldn't believe the difference in light just being down south. It got light a lot earlier than it did up here, which we were quite surprised at, and stayed light for longer. So yeah, the light is challenging, but what can you do? We're in the north. Yeah, the last few weeks we've been really trying to get on with reconfiguring the pond field, which has involved driving the tractor around backwards and forwards with compost and wood chip, and it's been pretty challenging because it's getting really muddy everywhere and we are just kind of making a mess, but you've got to get on with it and hope it dries up soon. So yeah, the mud is a big challenge at the minute. I grew up on a farm, so I was always getting muddy as a kid. One of my earliest gardening memories, it's probably when I was about 16 and I was supposed to be revising for my GCSEs, and we had a really nice summer, and I procrastinated from revising by just growing loads of veg instead, and that's kind of what started it for me, really. Yeah, I was never going to go in for an office job, so yeah, outside was always going to be for me, I think.